Welcome back to another edition of Davey Mac's Tales from the Satellite. I'm your host, Bobby Tamburo, and joining me as always is the star, the glory, the reason you're here, the spunk, Eastside Dave McDonald.
Thank you, Robert. You kind of choked on the star a little bit. You kind of muddled the word star, because that's what I am. I'm a big, bright, shining star. I am a star who invents things, who coins phrases left and right. I can fucking spin a phrase. I can spin a yarn. I can use it all.
Our pre-show's got you a little fired up there, huh, Dave?
Yeah, we had a pre-show meeting, and well, I was told all this strange information. Can we tell them what today's episode's about?
We are. We can tell them right now. Let me just say, I'm glad I choked on the star, not the spunk. That would have been bad. You never want to choke on the spunk.
That's disgusting too. I didn't like the spunk part either. That made me grimace as well. I was trying to forget about that part.
But today we are talking about who invented the phrase "face." Obviously, I'm sitting here with you, the guy who invented it, Dave McDonald.
End of the episode. Thanks for watching Tales from the Satellite, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye. No, I invented the phrase face. It also comes with a gesture where you should really, when you do the word face, when you do this, you should put your palm over your head like such, like an octopus is on your face, and you go, face. And then when you say face, you take the hand off and you point at the person. Technically, all of that is face. That is an Eastside Dave original. And that is what today's episode is going to be about. And believe it or not, there's a lot of fucking controversy, including Earl Douglas doubting that I created face, which I did 1,000,000%. The phrase, in my estimation, in your face had been around, but I changed it. I got rid of the in your, and I just did face. And that was famous. I was a legend all throughout Spring Lake, New Jersey. And so today's episode is actually going to be surprisingly controversial, like I said, and entertaining.
Absolutely.
As the amount of people who have tried to come at me, rip off my goddamn phrase, OP. So I got that blonde-headed idiot thinking somehow he invented the word face. He invented the phrase face. He ripped me off from day one. You check any Opie and Anthony fucking tapes. Go ahead. All the archives are available. Find one time pre-Eastside Dave where Opie said the word face. You won't be able to find it. You know why? Because he never said it. That's why.
Also, if you can...
Douglas doubting me.
Earl just played.
Hold on, Robert. When I'm on a rant, you sit your fucking ass back and you let me fucking rant.
Okay.
Earl Douglas, what goddamn phrases he fucking come up with? Here's the only thing he's ever coined. So I got it all. I got OP. And we haven't even fucking started this thing.
Yeah. I would say Earl didn't accuse you of not inventing face. Your beef with Earl comes up a little differently in this episode. So I'm glad you went with him not inventing things, because I just didn't want you to tear him up for the one time he may have actually had your back.
Thank you. Earl, I rescind all public comments. I thought Robert had told me before the show that Earl accused me of stealing face from a Curtis Blow song. I can't wait to get into that. We're going to get into all of it, and we are going to get it. And it's a fantastic era of Ron and Fez in general.
Yeah.
Just
brilliant.
a good, sweet spot for the show. And I was bringing in my brand new. And by the way, the king of the phrases, right, Robert? Razzle
sure.
dazzle. I got razzle dazzle over so much. The fucking writer Brian K. Vaughan, who was on the Lost writing staff, put it in a goddamn episode. All because of me.
Didn't he call the episode that?
What?
He even called the episode Razzle Dazzle, did he not?
Oh, I don't know what he fucking called it, but the actors said it twice in the episode. Razzle dazzle. Yes, Ichiban. Boom.
Even
it's more gossip time. Shh. Now, let's move. Let's begin this fucking episode. As you can see, I'm fired up. You fired me up. Curtis Blow has fired me up. Opie's fired me up. Earl Douglas is on good behavior, though.
I mean, how can we tie in Curtis Blow, the LA Lakers, Lily, Neutral Milk Hotel? It's one phrase, face. Right. What you're saying is much like the alien, where it's on my face and I go, face. And like now it's jumping from mine to yours. I can't wait to read. Dude, I'm going to make this big again, Dave. I'm going to bring it back. Kind of like you're trying to do with what's up.
It's time to bring back face. I'm going to bring it back myself. And we're going to get face. We're going to get face big again.
And what I like is, unlike a lot of one-hit wonders where you were very good at coming up with phrases, you didn't just stay doing that. You evolved. So now on the Davey Mack Sports program, you've got Sports Master. You've got the Shizer. Think of all the things how you keep changing.
Come on,
it's amazing.
I know. It's I'm a hit machine. You're looking at fucking Keith Richards. All I fucking do is write fucking riffs. Fucking A+, goddamn best-selling Grammy Award-winning fucking riffs. That's whose I am, damn it. Let's go, baby. I got one more silver dollar today. And they ain't gonna catch me, no. They ain't gonna kill me. Whoa. This is about face. I'm sorry. I was getting so excited.
I wasn't going to stop you.
Can I show you something? Can I show all the tales from the satellite? Can I give a satellite exclusive?
Please. I'll let you do that.
Just for the camera, Robert. Watch this. I'm turning around my camera. Look at the rider mask. That's where it sits.
Oh, my gosh.
Right there. Right there above the TV with the fucking Beetlejuice portraits. That's Beetlejuice and Lydia.
That one time you convinced me we're your parents, and I just went with it.
I did. I told him. Robert was high. He was over here, and I said, that's my mom and dad. He didn't look. So that's where the rider thing. So sometimes every once in a while when I'm watching TV, this is also why the people think I'm a psycho, because they see me in here watching television with fucking a goddamn luchador mask hanging over the television. I don't know.
If I see that, I want to hang out with that dude. The Irish guy who thinks he's a luchador.
I'm
all in.
We've got new ladies who've moved into the apartment complex. I figure, they're always walking their dog past my goddamn place because I'm right here on the first floor. You see where I live, Robert.
Oh, yeah.
And it's summertime. Davey Mack pumping the iron. I'm going to the pool later, Robert.
Hell
okay,
yeah,
Robert,
Daddy.
When it fucking hits 90, Davey Mack's going to be in that goddamn pool.
With lots of sunscreen.
Oh, baby. I put on the sunscreen, 20 minutes. I let it dry indoors, put another layer on, then I'm good to go.
Brilliant. That's what they say you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Now, it's a fun you brought up ladies and the couch you're sitting on, because this episode we chose where really you kind of take on all the face allegations at once. That's why we're using this as our basis.
Face allegations.
And this episode starts with a lady who did a podcast on her couch.
It's a Ron and Fez show. Back from vacation, 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Lily's sitting in with us. Lily, I talked to our friend Keisha, who used to be a producer for Ron and Fez. She's interested in trying to little show with you to see how the two of you would do.
Oh.
Everybody wants to do a show with you now.
Yeah, except for the germ freak.
The germ freak you don't like. You don't get along with
I
him.
don't like him at all.
But Sam wants to do a show with you.
Yeah.
Did Davey Mack want to do a show?
I did. She turned me down. So now I'm still working for Dave and Crazed Live. Show of the future.
Glad.
But it's past tense. So
I'm glad that you don't take this seriously. That's really important.
I do take it seriously. And
It's your career.
I wanted to do a show with Lily, but she doesn't want to do one with me for some reason.
I'll do a show with you.
There you go.
Just for shits and giggles.
What's that even mean? What does that mean?
I don't know.
You giggle when you shit?
Diarrhea and laughter.
Yeah. Well, I think Keisha and you would work off. It'd be like, it's like black chicks, white chicks. Who's not going to like that?
Yeah.
Like a zebra show with women.
I'm down for it.
You guys could be the woman version of Obama and Joe Biden.
They could be half of The View.
Oh, yeah, the View's back, huh?
Yeah.
They're done their summer break. And then I guess, doesn't the lesbian come into to New York to start it off every year? Ellen, doesn't she come to New York do a week?
She usually does.
Yeah.
I don't know if she did. She's married now. Maybe she's not doing it.
You know what? I don't blame her either. I love her wife.
Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah, she couldn't have picked a better woman for herself. You know that picture, though, with the two of them together? I think they should have both wore dresses. Yeah, I don't like to act like, well, I'm the boy in the relationship. You're a lesbian. You don't have to be the guy. And you're still now, even though you're both lesbians, you're making up hetero rules for yourself. I would, even if I married another guy, I'd still want us both to wear dresses. I'd say let's both put on a dress.
Yeah, I don't understand, like, full-blown lesbians, like the ones who put on strap-ons and stuff. It's like if you want to get fucked by something that's like a
true,
penis,
too.
just use
That's
a real penis. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, that's cheating, I think.
Yeah, it really is, because it's like, well, you're not supposed to like cock, so what are you doing? That's
I think if a
unfair.
lesbian wants a strap on, then a guy should be able to come in and bang him. That's the way I would do it.
I agree.
Have you ever been to a lesbian wedding?
No. Never.
I went to one and I masturbated through the whole thing, which they said was inappropriate.
what
Like
else
every
are you
other
gonna
wedding.
do? Yeah.
But it was on the third floor. Don't go down to that third floor anymore, Dave.
Again, the stall goes to the ground. No one's ever going to see.
And Ron goes, do you remember our assistant, Keisha? You guys had just gotten back from break. And
Oh,
Ron
Lily,
goes,
you're talking about.
Lily, yeah. Ron goes to Lily. I'm sorry. I probably should have said that.
Yeah, say their fucking name. Jesus,
Yeah.
you're always you always approach things by it's like a mystery with Robert rather than just saying the fucking person's name. You're always making us guess.
Well, autism, mystery
Oh,
solved.
well, just say the person's name and then fill in the information afterwards. Thank you.
So Lily is on there talking to Ron and goes, hey, Lily, Keisha, our former intern, wants to do a show with you. What do you think about that? And Lily goes, oh, lots of people want to do shows. I'd probably
Keisha's
be
great.
down. Keisha would be great. That would be a great episode.
That would have been a good show. Keisha and Lily.
But Lily maybe proves the opposite and isn't giving Ron much because he right away tries to bring you in to be third mic. Like, get rid of Lily and get me Dave because he goes, Dave, didn't you want to do a show with Lily? And you go, oh, yeah, but Lily turned me down. And Dave, I got to know, what the hell? We're 30 episodes in. All you've done is bash Lily, and apparently you were seeking her to be your co-host.
What year are we talking here? Do you know? 2008?
September 2nd, 2009. Boom,
Whoa.
Daddy. How do you like that
You
for
finally-
exactness?
That's the best thing you've ever said on the history of Tales from the Satellite. Was simply you had the information at the ready, you gave it accurately. That's the greatest line in the history. What is the date again?
September 2nd, 2009.
I'll tell you, baby, that's a winning line. That's a face. All right, September 2nd, 2009. So, I was married at the time, so that's interesting. Did I recall wanting to do a show with Lily? Perhaps. And I'll tell you why. I think this was right before Special Delivery with Sam and Dave, because Special Delivery started around 2010,
That makes sense.
and we went to 2013. No, and then 2010, 11, 12, and then Davey Mac's sports program XL, which I did with Pepper and sometimes Roy, was 2013, 14. on Sirius XM, maybe into 2015. I sort of forget. And so what I'm saying is Sam at the time was doing a show with Thin. So it's quite possible, yeah, that I wanted to do a show with her probably on a Saturday night and do something fucking great. And we would have, I'm sure, had a goddamn home run.
Yeah, you guys would have been bigger than Nancy and Newman.
We would have been better than her fucking Periscope show that she did on the couch with Earl. See, that's what now I understand what the hell you're talking about with the couch situation. Yeah, she used to do a fucking Periscope show on the couch with Earl while she would smoke weed and he would just like sit there and stare. Very odd show, actually.
What would have been your show design for a show with Lily? Would it have been perhaps you two sitting on the couch while she smoked weed and then you talk about old tales from the satellite? Because I'm starting to feel like I just got replaced. I just replaced Lily.
Yeah. You kind of, I mean, the pot smoking, yeah, the sort of,
Hairiness.
Yeah. I think the show would have been probably a lot about like celebs and shit like that. She always likes the whole fucking celebrity stuff. So just, looking at all the fun goings on and whatnot and make some, I don't know, we could have done, I mean, just off the top of my head right now, how about this with me and Lily? We do a like Access Hollywood, but it's a parody where you go off into very, politically incorrect type of waters, or you just get really fucking insane and out there, and you're presenting it the whole time like we're the Hollywood show and it's Access Hollywood and over the thing, but
that'd be very funny. I love that.
Fucking crazy. Yeah. So I could see doing something like that, and boom, that's why I'm the idea man. I just came up with that right now, but who knows? I probably had that idea in 2009.
Honestly, it's a great idea. And what I like about you, Dave, is we know you have a proven track record of being in a position and just being like, oh, I have to be the pop culture guy now because we're a morning show and nobody else knows anything about what's going on in the news. Cool. And you'll just learn that and master it. You're the best.
Oh, yeah.
You're the human joystick
of
radio production.
I will say the thing that I'm underrated is my knowledge about everything. My knowledge of the world. Moses, like Nostradamus, like, Gandhi.
Maybe not Moses. Like he didn't really know the world that well. He spent 40 years wandering one desert.
Not Moses. Take him out. Gandhi. But I have a good grasp of sports, movies, television, world history, American history.
X?
American
History X. Do you know that?
Yeah. Edward Norton.
I thought you used to work there. That was just a joke.
But the like for instance, where I used to work on morning radio, I'm not going to say the person's name, but I worked with a guy in one time in morning radio on 95. On a Jersey Shore radio station. And this vapid idiot doesn't know anything about anything and is proud about it. And let me explain why that is radio kryptonite. But because he's a narcissistic, egotistical douchebag who thinks that the world revolves around him, he truly has no interest. He is proud that I don't have a TV. By the way, the guy's from Long Island. Sounds like he's Don Imus, and yet he thinks,
God!
And yet
watch out, Rutgers team.
Yeah, and yet he fakes like he's from the Jersey Shore, but he's not from the Jersey Shore. Are you, Carl? So anyway, this fucking douche, he goes, I don't own any streaming services anymore. Yeah, I cut the cord. And I don't watch TV, and all he likes to do is illegally make mountain bike trails at Allaire State Park. Okay? So for any fucking New Jersey state troopers or New Jersey police, it is illegal. He literally takes a shovel. He's fucking actually working the land and to make illegal bootleg mountain bike trails at Allaire State Park. Carl, that's his name. Get him. Take him down. Anyway, the reason why it's bad to be a vapid idiot like that is because then when people come in and talk on the radio, you have nothing to say. He doesn't understand that people come in. We have musicians come in. They want to talk about Game of Thrones. They look around. They want to talk about...
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
No, but this is my fucking point, asshole.
No, I know. I was doing what he does.
Okay. Oh, yeah. But they want to come in. Exactly. That is what he does. But they want to come in. They want to talk about the Yankees. They want to talk about the Jersey Shore. They want to talk. But, it's like people. Oh, he's stranger. We had the kid from Stranger Things in. He played the kid with the teeth, Dustin.
What's up with your teeth, you weird son of a bitch?
Because he plays in a band, right? Wouldn't you watch the fucking show before the fucking kid comes in?
Yeah.
He's like, no, I cut the cord on Netflix. I don't even watch Stranger Things. I've never seen Star Wars. I've never seen a Marvel. I wouldn't know what Avengers is. Batman? Come on, man. I don't do that. A House Dragon? No, baby. I don't. I cut the cord. And I'm like, so what can you talk about? Nothing. He can't talk about shit. He doesn't have interests that the other 99% of the people have. Now, I know we're getting sidetracked here.
That's
but
okay.
My point being, the reason why I work is because you want to fucking talk, I'll talk to you about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Anything. Whatever the fuck you want. Because I watch it, I read it, I listen, I learn about it. You got to do that if you're going to be a fucking star on the mic and not a vapid, egocentric, snooze fest hack like from Long Island, like Carl.
Well, I'm sure that crafty son of a bitch will get what's coming to him.
Well, hopefully either they find out that he's illegally digging mountain bike trails in Lair State Park, which is the truth, or maybe they find out where he goes in Asbury Park on the weekends. Because the guy who pretends that he's Dean Martin, why was he spotted outside of Georgie's in Asbury Park? Anyway, continue.
Oh boy, I'm gonna get rid of
No, not with this one. I've been very careful. I didn't want any goddamn editings with this one, so we're going to not with this one. Now continue.
So you actually got what was coming to you over the break, which is you got to interact with your daughter, your newborn daughter, who you said over the break literally became a human being. Like she went from just something you took care of to being able to react to what you were doing. You were the first person to actually get her to laugh at something you did, which is you had a cop puppet. Do you remember his name? Okay,
Copy.
There goes that.
Copy. I remember Copy very well. It was Copy. He talked like this.
He did.
Yeah, it was. Oh shit! Hold on. Oh wait, no, I don't have Copy, but I have his cousin. Hold on.
Copy's cousin, Fireman-y, fiery. While Dave gets the puppet, make sure you're subscribed to the Patreon. Make sure you check out the Davey Max Sports program. Make sure you check out the Eastside Dave and Son Wrestling podcast, and let's meet.
This is what Copy looks like when he's not in his police uniform. Hi, Robert. That's me, Copy. I'm just off duty, Robert. How are you, baby? You doing good?
Copy, you're not what I was expecting to see.
No, well, this is me, my off-duty outfit, but just like the actual Copy, I am a African-American puppet. And,
wow.
Yeah, I just like to hang out and have a good time. And Dave's daughter loves Copy. Hi.
Now, they asked what you would do that would make her laugh. Obviously, she liked Copy being like, wash your hands, clean up your...
Make sure you wash your hands.
Brush your teeth.
And make sure you scrub behind the ears. People always forget behind the ears. You got to clean everywhere, including behind the ears, little one. Thank you very much. Now, I got to take a nap. I've been hanging up these pictures at WNEW for the past 4 hours, so I got to take a nap. So, Copy, he's getting a little tired. Goodbye, everybody. I gotta lay down. Copy getting a little faint here.
Well, Copy might want to stick close by. We may need him in a little bit because he actually addresses one of your alleged thieves, and that is the hot sauce maestro, the man who chose to burn out rather than fade away gently, Jay Moore.
Boy, your baby got big over the vacation break, huh?
Oh, God. Yeah, she's an actual human being now. I was the first person in the world to make her laugh, which I feel very happy about. And
then apparently she's never seen any old Red Buttons tapes because that guy was hysterical.
Well, we didn't have Red Buttons.
How'd you make her laugh?
I was doing this like cop puppet that I brought in, and the cop puppet he just tells her, make sure you tie your shoes and things like that. And
I don't even have any.
Wash your hands before you eat dinner.
Those aren't laws. Why is the cop saying that?
Where are the jokes?
Well, she liked the face of the cop.
Face!
And, yeah.
By the way, we got a little Jay Moore still on your face bit.
Yeah.
This is Jay Moore. What show was he doing, Hicks?
Fill in for Jim Rome.
All right, let's take a listen.
Face. You know when it burns at UCLA? When you get a B-. Face. All right, you know what's funny, clones? I got a guy in here. I came in early to put face into a microphone so we could push a button when I point to him. And apparently this guy's on, stucknut.com, ronfez.net, whackbag. He's on some kind of weird website. What are you doing that you can't? All I want you to do is hit the face button. Face. You know what I know the clones don't like? Is boom, out of here. They're livid over that. So if you can't get the face button ready, I got to go to Brett Myers, boom, out of here for 2 hours. Face. What's this guy's name? Kyle. Just keep one eye on me. And when I point my finger, ready? Point. Face. Little too slow. Point. Face. That's the one I want. All right? Let's check this out. Oh, new medal count. United States 81. China 79. Face. We'll be right back after this.
See, I don't think Jay sounds very serious. He's always like this, like I'm hosting a show. I'm sitting here hosting. I'm going to act like I'm talking about sports. So he just steals your face thing.
Yeah, I'm not very happy about that. I know you're Mr. Hollywood.
Now, who are the clones? The Rome clones?
Yeah.
I didn't know
That's
that.
their fans.
I've seen his TV show. I never heard his radio show.
Yeah, well, I mean, just because, you are a star, and I've done very little with my life, doesn't mean you can steal my thing. All right?
Well, I think you should be happy that it's out there like that. So far, both Opie and Jay Moore have stole your face bit.
Yeah, then people are going to forget who the originator was. I'm fucking Steve Allen over here.
It was also actually, and please don't hold this against me, it was that stupid Dane Cook movie. Has anybody brought this up? That one of the guys in that movie, and I don't know why I was watching it, but he always goes, face. And he puts his hand over his face. It's really weird.
Dane Cook now.
Which movie was it?
It wasn't Dane Cook who did it in the movie. It was the one with Jessica Simpson. I can't remember.
Where I'm going to be the best person at Walmart?
Yeah.
I had a little
Sons
bit.
of bitches.
It's a good movie, though. If you like Walmart. It's a really good movie.
I don't.
All right, here's a little more Jay Moore.
Here, Jay. Face. Signed Otis Nixon, Benito Santiago, Ron Gargavice, and Rosie O'Donnell, and Willie McGee. I added Willie McGee for you, Blaze. You left him off. Face! Play the other one on. Face! Ron Gargavice. That's the name that sounds like bad skin. That I got news for you right there. Blaze and KC that's huge email. Just stop sending them in. I don't want to hear any more emails regarding faces.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even think that was making sense.
I don't think he cares very much.
Well, I care about face.
Yeah.
And Mr. Moore, ask me next time. I thought we had that kind of relationship.
Why don't you take your cop puppet to talk to him? What's the puppet's name?
Copy.
Let me hear what Copy.
Hey, Jay Moore, how's Gary unmarried doing?
Here's G-Man. G-Man, you're on Ron and Fez.
Jay Calder, 1229. Thanks. Dave, is it me or does that puppet sound an awful lot like Earl's dead grandmother?
I'm going to say this. Your impressions are shit. They run together.
Earl's dead grandmother is far different. She
doesn't wear a uniform.
Yeah, I mean, Earl's dead grandma is more like, hey, I really love sucking Tim Russett off in here in heaven.
And don't forget to tie your shoes.
God, Tony Randall's got a hard cock. Can't wait to fuck him in heaven.
So make sure you wash your hands after pissing.
No, that's different.
It's the same thing.
Don't touch me. This.
Dave, why does he always just do the same lame bit? Why can't you think of something new besides choking him?
Really?
What are you doing without a jacket on? You look like you're in PJs.
I do?
Yeah.
No, I don't wear the t-shirt and jeans.
I'm used to you. I never see you walk around in a T-shirt. You always have a jacket on.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's cold.
What happened in there? You jack it off?
No, I just took it off.
Does he ever do this? Jack it off time.
Now married to the owner of the Lakers, Jay Moore.
Married to the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers, and I did text him. No response. Should I text him right now on the show?
Call him.
Should I call him on the show?
Yeah.
Can you
And then
imagine?
we can ask him
Pick
for
up?
work.
There's
That'd be
no
amazing.
fucking way.
There's a chance, dude.
I'm doing it. Jay Moore, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sure
We're
showed
doing
the
this.
numbers so bad.
We're doing this. It just says Jay Moore. It doesn't say anything else. There's no way he's picking up. He would know. He would know. There's no way he would even know it's probably my number still. But he gave me his fucking number. God damn it. See, I knew he wouldn't pick up. How funny. Any answering machine? If he, here we go.
You should hang up because it might give his number.
Tone, please record your message.
Yeah.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Nope, just a robot.
Well,
My message, Jay Moore, is next time, pick up your goddamn phone, funny man. Okay? I know you're slipping the sausage into Genie Bus. Okay? And you're the one behind drafting Bronny James. Jay, all this shit was your idea. And I'm saying it right now. If Bronny James gets hurt, blood's on your hands, Moore. If Bronny James goes down, the blood is on your fucking hands, Jay Moore.
you heard it here,
That's
Jay.
what you get when you don't pick up the phone. You pick up the phone. I would have just had a very nice conversation. I would have kissed his ass.
Yeah, you and me both. Jay, if you're hiring, let me know.
Yeah. Jerry Maguire too. When are we gonna get a fucking sequel to that shit? I mean, come on, man. Hasn't it been time?
I couldn't agree with you more.
Right? You figured they would have sequeled that.
No, were you aware he was a huge sports fan at this time? I wasn't really aware that he was into the sports
He's from
world.
Jersey. Unlike the Long Island hack that we were just talking about, Jay Moore's a good Jersey guy. Jersey guys know we all have a baseline of sports knowledge. Some of us have more sports wisdom. Myself, that's why I am the sports master. But all the Jersey guys have a base. You're gonna know your Yankees and your Giants, and you know a little bit of the Mets and the Jets, and some Knicks. You're gonna know that shit. You're gonna have a base. You gotta have a base. When you are in New Jersey, you gotta talk a little sports, even if you're not a big sports fan. You gotta know a little bit.
So you're saying the average guy from New Jersey could have enough knowledge to fill in for Jim Rome when he's on vacation? Because that's where we hear about Jay Moore over vacation. While Jim was taking his, Jay was filling in for his radio show.
That's right. That was a big deal for a while, too, wasn't it? Because I see Jim Rome now on the old X doing his live show.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he was...
This is when, like, Rome was burning, was huge.
Jim Rome, do you know what it is about him? He's always been, though, bigger on the West Coast than the East Coast.
Really?
On the West Coast, Jim Rome is, like, fucking mega famous. Like, he is massive. On the East Coast, he's known, but he's just another, Colin Cowherd type. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's how I've always envisioned him, probably because of my East Coast bias.
Because he's a California guy. But on the West Coast, Jim Rome is huge.
Wow.
Especially in Los Angeles. And that means that Jay Moore doing the Jim Rome show was massive as well.
That's awesome. And I wouldn't know the sports writers that well. I get my sports information from two main sources, obviously the Davey Max Sports Program and Antonio Brown's Twitter.
The second one I would not recommend.
It's a good laugh. You're not going to be factually accurate, though.
That's true.
That said, it's cool that you provided that context because I didn't realize that he was that big on the West Coast, whereas Ron and Fez would have been much bigger on the East Coast, right? So Jim's audience getting exposed to them might be cool. So he starts the show. He tries to do something. he points to the guy he brought in. What were Rome soldiers called? Do you remember? I'm blanking now. Whatever it was, they brought him. He points to a guy he brought in.
Roman Legion?
No, it wasn't that cool. It was kind of dumb. Like, you're better in a second at coming up with an army name, but
I thought, that sounds cool to me.
no, yeah, that's why I was like, I knew it wasn't right because I remember thinking that's kind of
Jim
dumb.
Rome, I'd call my fucking people the Roman Legion, motherfucker.
Well, what about the Davey Mack Legion? I like that.
Oh, I like that too.
But so he points to the guy mishits it, and then he goes, "No, I came in early and recorded into a microphone me saying face. So when I say point to you, you hit the button that says face, and it sounds almost identical to you." And he goes, "But this jackwagon's in here. Instead of paying attention to the show, he's looking at ronandfez.net or whackbag.com," and lists off like the big message boards real quick. And he goes, "Let's practice." And so clearly it was a plug for you guys,
That's
like kind
awesome.
of shouting you out. Yeah,
So
I didn't
Jay
realize that
Moore
context.
Did a little Ron and Fez segment on the Jim Rome show when he was filling in for Jim Rome.
Essentially,
That's
exactly.
fantastic.
And I think Jay's allegations of coming up with it are more to get under your skin in the jest of like the Ron and Fez show, right? Like you were
Sure.
the character they were supposed to irritate, but
Fucking with me. He already poured the hot sauce in my dick hole and ass.
and maybe by doing, your bit without shouting you out specifically, he was also trying to make up. No, I'm teasing. He clearly is doing the bit, and he goes, all right, like the Olympics are going on. We're up, and I forget what the total is, but we're up 20 medals over China. Hit it. And the guy, fates, and goes through a whole run of things. It was really good. It was a shout out, but it does lead to allegations. And you go, Jay Moore did not come up with that. I did. Much like you said at the beginning of the show, I was a Spring Lake legend. Now, at this point, we get to learn about some of the gang activities that occurred in Spring Lake, New Jersey.
Yeah,
because you were a member of a crew. What was your crew called?
I don't know. Spring Lake Posse?
Yeah. That makes it seem more accurate if you guess. That's why I didn't just give it to you.
Yeah, but don't make me guess everything, because I don't fucking remember.
But
You're talking about something from 30 years ago.
What was the Spring Lake Posse like?
Well, Spring Lake Posse was, we'd ride our bikes, and maybe hang out outside Jean Louise, the candy store, like a bunch of thugs.
Yeah.
Eating candy, maybe making wisecracks at the old lady walking across. Hey, you're old lady. Kind of making wisecracks like that. Hey, watch it. You should buy a coffin. Because you're so old. Get it? That's what I was.
Face. And what I like about you is that's when you said you invented face. So you were clearly the guy who tagged it and made it funny no matter how bad your friends were.
But the other thing was, wiffle ball was a big part of Spring Lake Posse, going to the beach. Okay. And then we also like to do water balloons. We like to do 3-man water balloon. You ever get the 3-man slingshot, water balloon slingshot?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Those are the best. You have one guy holding one side, one guy holding another side, and then one guy pulling the middle back, and you load the middle back. I mean, the whole fucking thing is like an 8-foot fucking like huge bungee cord. You can launch those fucking balloons. They'll go a goddamn football field. Seriously. They'll go 100 yards. You can hit someone 200 feet away with the water balloon, and because of the slingshot, if you're like hiding behind a tree, you'll never be found.
No,
because no one's going to
100%.
think that, like, they're going to think if you get hit by a water balloon, you're looking around, 8 feet. You're not like looking like, 200 feet, 300 feet down the road. So we used to go to this place called the Parker House, Seagert, New Jersey. This is what now I know we're the Spring Lake Posse, but sometimes we'd cross the territory and we go into Seagert.
You did say you had a rival gang. Is this where you ran into them? I forget what the other gang was.
We had a rival gang in Seagert, but Tough Toenails, because they had this outdoor bar. By the way, this bar, Bill Belichick and Bill Parcells love going to this place. It's called the Parker House in Seagert, New Jersey. Look it up. Big, beautiful house that literally is a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Indoors, outdoors, on the porch. Well, you get a whole shit load of these mid-late 20 yuppie Spring Lake types, right?
Yeah.
So we went down a good 5 blocks with this fucking slingshot. and we're hitting the people with the water balloons, and they never knew that it was us. They couldn't figure it out. They're like, "What
amazing.
the fuck? Where are we getting hit with these water balloons? We were literally 4 blocks away, behind a fucking bush. It was tremendous.
That does sound pretty amazing.
That's what the Spring Lake Posse represent, baby. East Side for life. East Side for life. That it?
You know how Dave East gets people tag you by accident all the time, the rapper of the Wu-Tang family? I hope that the Spring Lake Posse has to become honorary Killer Bees just by like association. That would make me very happy. A bunch of 20-year-old white kids running around Spring Lake hitting people with water balloons. But
East Side for life.
You did say that's where you originated it from. A lot of people pointed out when they called in that when they were in school, they heard "in your face," and you're like, yeah, I'm the one who came up with, I shortened it to just face.
Exactamundo. In your face was something that was said in the 80s and 90s. And I'm not saying that I created in your face. What I'm saying is my innovation was to remove the in and the your and just say face. That is the Davey Mack innovation. No one else brought that to pop culture. No one else brought that to the media before me. That's official, man. Face.
Well, you make a very similar argument. Now, at one point, they get you copy scolds Jay Moore for stealing your face bit. That's why I was saying we may want to keep him around. Do you think he's still angry, or do you think he's forgiven? Maybe Copy could give like a, hey, we're sorry, Jay, we love you, apology or something. I don't know.
Oh, I mean,
do you think he's at that point?
Copy? Jay Moore? Jay, you took David's faith, Jay. I'm going to have to arrest you. But Jay, let me tell you something. I'm gonna arrest you for love, baby. We're gonna we're gonna make sweet, sweet love, baby. Because I'm gonna arrest your heart, Daddy. I'm gonna love you. I wanna be with you and Jeannie both, baby. Us 3 having lots and lots of fun together. Pick up the phone next time David calls you.
Please, Mr. Moore. Now, I got to point something out that a caller calls in right away and points out. Sounds very, very similar to Earl's grandmother.
Terry wants to give us a
face
update. What do you got for us, Terry?
Hey, you guys see Terry?
What can we do for you?
Yeah. Hey, Dave claims to have come up with that face. I heard Brian, that dog on that cartoon by Seth Green, Family Guy.
After me.
He said face one day.
After me. Check the records.
I think I remember little kids saying face, though, years ago.
It was in your face, and then I and the Spring Lake Posse simplified it to simply face. Face, and I was the originator of the Spring Lake Posse, so I was the leader, so I get the credit.
So somebody else in there must have came up with it besides
no,
you.
I came up with it all by myself.
You should have gone the other way and shortened it to just in yours.
No. The Spring Lake Pussies, you used to go everywhere with them?
Spring Lake Posse.
Yeah.
And we were tough.
Yeah.
We used to kick those Spring Lake Heights assholes all over the place.
Get back to the Heights. Brian, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Ron, I've got a bad name for a great radio show. How about Pepper Hicks with LSD, Lily, Sam, and Dave?
LSD.
I think I like that.
What about a show just you and Pepper? Or is he too committed to that little Mexican kid?
Bronx Johnny?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean...
Johnny's not even Mexican, is he?
He's from Ecuador.
I thought
the other day he was sitting here waiting for you, and he acted like he didn't know us. Like,
That's weird. I saw that.
He would just be sitting here. He goes, I am just waiting for Pepper Hicks to get finished with his production work, and then I'm supposed to talk with him. I go, Johnny, I know you. Don't act like you can't go anywhere.
If you did Pepper Hicks's show, PH, you could say pH balanced for a man, but suitable for Lily. I'm just trying to think of the how. Fine, you know what? Fuck Lily and fuck Pepper.
Face, come on,
Face.
I went on my clones.
Face.
Just try to help.
Freak Dog, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, buddy, I got a spy report.
Oh, good. I need a spy report. Something
Spy report.
to really cheer me up today.
country singer and co-star of Smokey and the Bandit, Jerry Reed, has passed away at the age of 71.
No. What happened?
Apparently, just might have been old age. His publicist just reported it, and
Well, 71 isn't old enough to die from old age. I bet it was a truck accident because he never, he was not really careful. Why don't you play us the theme song, Earl? Grab us the theme song.
would Fezzi consider him one of the four faces of the Southern Mount Rushmore?
Face. He's at least part of the Burt Reynolds Mount Rushmore.
But why has everything got a Mount Rushmore? Do you have it, Hicks? All right, let's take a little listen to a brother. I'm going to actually spell some of this out, too. Jerry Reed. And for Willis Reed, his brother.
Oh, God.
Who's still alive, but his knee's bad.
Great player.
Now, here we go. This isn't it. Turn it off. Earl, why don't you grab one of the things? You know the films. You were around then. He doesn't know it. Come in here and grab your goddamn thing that you said you had to have. What is wrong with you?
Now, I just saw a wrestling DVD with Jerry Reed as part of it over the vacation.
I don't know even what to say back to that.
It just seems weird that I just saw Jerry. I mean, how often do you see Jerry Reed?
Smokey and the Bandit on TBS every weekend.
I didn't know that he was on any wrestling shows.
Yeah, he was doing like promos for Mid-South Wrestling. Just talking about how it's the greatest wrestling around and being very serious about it.
Now, this is what you watched during your vacation.
I got it and I popped it in. I wasn't going to any summer movies.
You still haven't seen Taxi Driver?
No, I have not seen that.
Have you returned it to Dave?
No.
Give him money right now.
Why?
Give him the money for that.
Honestly, I really want that and the War Room. I have such an itching to watch that D.A. Pennebaker classic with the elections.
Do you have these things at home?
I'm sure they're there somewhere.
Then bring them in tomorrow.
All right.
I'm tired of hearing about it.
I will look for them.
Thank you.
Joey, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah?
Yes.
Dave, you're full of shit, bro. We used to say face when I was in junior high.
Oh, bullshit. What year?
Alabama.
What year?
That's not
Jerry?
a year. That's the way of life.
Right now, and I was in junior high.
I'm 30. I'll be 31 in November, so I'm older than you.
Say again?
I'll be 31 in November. I'm older than you. I started it.
Clay, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, hey, Dave, you ever heard of Curtis Blow?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
The song Basketball, where he says, face.
Face.
All right, let's take a listen. You know the song, Earl?
Was it Eastbound and Down?
No, my God.
It's called
Are you
Basketball.
fucking keeping up now? We've moved on now to Curtis Blow.
Basketball. The song is called Basketball.
Yes, Basketball by Curtis Blow. Yes, I know the song.
Now you got the Jerry Reed song? Fucking 20 minutes too late? Jesus Christ.
It's a good song, too, by Curtis Blow. But he stole it from me.
All right, let's take a listen.
Because it's pretty silly. Well, in my mind, Copy is in the Douglas family. Always has been. He's kind of just a part of those people. But Earl's grandmother is more like Earl. No, it's a little deep. Earl, honey. Yo, you're so nice. Earl, can you fix the thermostat down here in hell? It's so hot, baby. Earl, you know who I ran into, Earl? Pol Pot. I fucked his dick hard, Earl. Okay, that's it. No more.
So you do the same thing. Earl comes in 5 minutes later and chokes you, and Ron goes, "Come up with a new bit, Earl."
Yeah. So the joke, he was no longer, the choking wasn't even, it wasn't organic in any way. Again, the first time he choked me, it was real. 100%.
For sure.
100%. I was there. It was 100% real.
And
by the way, I mean, I am a pretty nice person. At the end of the day, a team player, that I allow myself to get choked. And the first time, it was real.
Yeah.
Like,
so real that a Master Poe thought like it was a real fight and had to come in and break it up, if I recall correctly. So even if you were selling...
Yeah, fucking SiriusXM wants to fucking keep me outside. Do you fucking cunts know how many goddamn lawsuits I could have had, and maybe I should have, I got fucking hot sauce poured in my asshole and dick hole by a comedian. I never asked for that. It ended up giving me 3rd-degree burns on my ass and dick hole. I had to go to the hospital. I got fucking kicked in the stomach by a crazy martial artist. I got fucking Earl Douglas choking me. That's like 3 fucking times I was assaulted for real. You're not the bad guy.
Maybe they're just like, anytime Dave's here, there's a major incident. That's why we got to keep him out. He's been choked.
It sounds like you got to keep the other people under control.
I feel you, dog. You did say that you brought it to pop culture, and one of the allegations that comes in right away from a caller is that Family Guy, the dog Brian, says face, or the baby says face, Stewie, and you point out, when was the first time that happened?
Yeah.
And they point out it was well after you originally said it, bringing it clearly to air.
100%. Listen, come on, man. The amount of little fucking jokes and things and bits that mysteriously would pop up on Family Guy, Saturday Night Live, or David Letterman during this era, and I'm not just saying all from me, but from Ron and Fez as well.
Yeah.
From Ron and Fez. Like, the amount of shit that would pop up.
That whole station
Would
was
be
literally
like,
just the writing room for pop culture at that point.
The fucking Family Guy was probably doing an homage to me. I'm just being honest.
Or it was satellite radio. Like, lots of people were listening. It got in the vernacular.
Yes.
You made something people were doing.
Yes.
Now,
that's just like just like how Razzle Dazzle ended up on Lost. It's not too crazy for people to understand that lots of people will listen to others' radio shows, podcasts, so on and so forth. And then they start like taking the stuff that they hear and they take it for themselves. And this happens commonplace. Just happens to me way more than most. And
that's because you're golden.
And I call people out on it. People don't appreciate that. Tough shit. I mean, Pat McAfee's been doing my act for the last 5 years. That's fine. You can do it. But it's a pale, stale, fucking weak-ass bitch version of Davey Mack. Come on.
Yeah, it's
a fucking Midwestern, fucking pussified version of me. Sorry, that's what Pat McAfee is.
It's the pop version. You're punk rock. You're true, authentic. You have those real emotions there. Other people may get the media backing, but it's just a cheap, pale imitation of what you're doing.
So Family Guy, back to Face, they heard it. They heard it on the Ron and Fez show. And they put Face in their show. So that's another one. That's another goddamn piece of pop culture I want credit for. Thank you.
Yeah, all of Family Guy's success. Davey Mack's
all
responsible.
Of it.
100%.
Face.
At this point, a bunch of callers call in. A couple try to do I said that in middle school, and one guy, you go, this is one of my personal favorites. You go, what year were you in middle school? And he goes, Alabama. And you go, that's a state. And Ron goes, that's a way of life, Dave. And then you find out you were older than him, so you clearly originated it before he did. And then he goes, I got a moral conundrum, Ron. My wife was in Chicago, and she didn't get me the cupcakes like I asked. What should I do? And Ron goes, I think you should just fuck her. Or it was his sister, because they're from Alabama. That was the joke. It would have been better if I didn't step all over Ron's setup. I'm going to kill myself. At this point, a caller calls in and alleges that the phrase face did not come from you, Dave. It came from, as you pointed out, the Curtis Blow basketball song.
Okay, first of all, let me just say this. I love Curtis Blow. I love the basketball song. We playing basketball. We playing basketball. We playing basketball. We playing basketball. And I didn't grab the black puppet because he was black and because I'm singing about basketball, you racists. He was the only one sitting next to me. We're playing basketball. We're playing basketball. So I love that Curtis Blow song.
But you don't recall hearing face.
No, listen. Did I fucking say that I invented the word face? I'm sure we can find songs and movies where people have used the fucking word face. I'm talking about using the word face as a gesture, meaning I just beat you. I just defeated you.
Well, that's how the caller alleged it was used in the song, and then you guys actually listened to it on air. I have it queued up. Would you be interested in hearing that right now?
It's a long-ass song.
Let's see what your reaction is. Maybe you'll enjoy it.
The whole song?
Let's see if we hear it in there.
They're playing basketball.
Face.
Oh, that's it.
What?
Face.
Yeah,
I don't
that's it.
recall
I heard
this
it.
version. Face. Face. Okay. This isn't. Face.
No. This is a great song.
You're pressing a button. Face.
By the way, this is Obama's theme song.
Face. Oh, I don't know if you're playing some sort of B-side, but this wasn't the original. Face.
Uses it a lot.
Yeah.
Face.
Now rapping basketball, number 1, Curtis Blow. Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they do it down the court, just like out the canal, the microphone. So it's Dr. J and Moses Malone. I like slam dunk. Ow! My favorite play is
Face. Reason for that.
pick and roll. I like to give and go, cause it's basketball. Mr. Curtis Blow.
Obama, 2008.
Face. Face.
I used to go to dinner to take the girl to see Tiny play against Earl Pearl and Will Big O and Jerry West play basketball at its very best. Basketball has always been my thing. I like Magic Bird and Bernard King. And number 33, my man Kurt Reed is the center of my starting team.
Face.
Watch out, in your face here. Yes, Clyde, Rick, Perry, and Pistol Pete. Now these players could never be beat. Isaiah and Iceman too. Just give them the ball, and then you talk up too. Dantley and Williams are on the scene, and Ralph Sampson is really mean. Bill Russell didn't take no jump, and Dow Dawkins got a monster dunk.
Face.
To the hoop, y'all. Yes.
Face.
Here I go.
Face.
You just said it.
Deal.
Can we take it back, girl?
Check out me, man.
Just like one line before. Because he did yell out
This
face.
song is the "We Didn't Start the Fire" of reps. He's just naming things.
And Ralph Sampson is really mean. Bill Russell didn't take no jump, and Dow Dawkins got a monster dunk. To the hoop, y'all. Yes. Ha-ho! Here I go. Face. Watch me. Deal.
Well.
Face.
Can't check me, man.
Face.
Get on down.
Face.
Oh, yeah, I like this basketball deal. Now here I go in your face. Swish.
Face.
Oh, yeah.
After this, Curtis Blow's going to do a song about brushing your teeth and flossing. Floss!
The thing about it, Robert, is I'm sure Curtis Blow used the phrase face in the song. He didn't use it the way I did it. He just said face.
He said it basically the way, according to the rap genius I looked up, the way he used the phrase face came from when you hit a three-pointer as someone had their hand up in your face, then you would say face, as in I hit it in your face. Not so much as a verbal put down, it was more of just kind of like trash talking during basketball. I would say the way you do it's very different.
Yeah, but he didn't, but it was But it was basically in your face. He hit the 3 in your face.
Yep, and it just got shortened to face.
I don't remember him saying face on that song.
Even if he did, though, it's a different use, right? Like, all right, I feel your pain because I've come up with a couple of phrases that I feel like made it into the common vernacular. Like when I was working at Dick's and people would ask me how I'm doing, I had to come up with creative ways where I wanted to be like, I'm dead on the inside, but I'm here. So things like I would say, living the dream, but with like no emotion behind it. So they would be like, are you living the dream? Be like, most days it's a nightmare, but it's still a dream. Or
so you thought you created the phrase living the dream?
As a response, like the white guy, how are you doing? I'm dead on the inside. Yes. I like to take it a step further. I would use Neil Young's Keep on Rockin' in the Free World.
Okay, no one cares about this insanity. This is when you go into crazy Robert land. I was allowing you to do it, but now I've looked up the fucking Curtis Blow lyrics. So here's what he says. This is the only time the word face appears in the whole song. Okay? Huh, oh, to the hoop, y'all. Watch out. Watch out in your face. Watch out in your face. See, he's still doing in your face. These fucking idiotic callers. I have the lyrics right here. The only time the word face is said in the fucking Curtis Blow song, and I remember this part. He goes, yeah, oh, to the hoop, y'all. Watch out in your face. He says, watch out in your face. So he doesn't just say face. I say face. It's like, hey, the Yankees beat the Red Sox last night. Yes. Face. If you're a Yankee fan. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not making the allegations. I'm just presenting them to you.
Well, I just proved everyone wrong. The fucking only time he says the word face, the words in yo are accompanied before it. So there you go. Because the Curtis Blow argument, we can fucking dismiss that bullshit. See, I told you. I didn't I love that Curtis Blow song.
Yeah.
He never said face.
Okay.
He said in your face.
Yeah, I believe you. We'll see what the audience says when we cut in the Fed's audio. That said, one thing that occurs, because right now it was when Obama was gearing up to run against McCain. And so Ron points out this is when Obama had just made his famous statement that he would replace the bowling alley with a basketball court.
Right.
So Ron goes, this is the Obama campaign theme song. And then that leads into a discussion about their families a little bit and like how you think it's the most beautiful election. And I thought it was very funny because you list and you're like, look at Biden's family. His daughter's lovely. That one son's lovely. I don't know about that Hunter fellow though.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Like
Even then you're like, I don't know about that Hunter dude.
I said that?
Yes.
Okay. I have told people I am one of the greatest judges of character of all time. I don't even remember this fucking shit. But again, I know how to fucking read people like a goddamn book. I really do. I know how to judge. I am always ahead of... I told people for fucking ever that Jimmy Fallon was a cunt because I met him at Ron Bennington's Unmasked, and afterwards, he was a total cunt. And he was a total fucking dickbag to me. When I asked him about Uncle Floyd and Dr. Demento, and I said, do you have the Dr. Demento 25th anniversary album, Jimmy? Because I heard you said you were a big Dr. Demento fan on Unmasked. By the way, nice to meet you. I'm Dave. I'm the producer for Unmasked. I'm not just some fucking asshole. Like, this is post-fucking interview. I'm making small chat with you. You like Dr. Demento. I like Dr. Demento. Have you seen the 25th anniversary Dr. Demento? And Jimmy fucking Fallon's response was, no, it doesn't exist. I go, what? It doesn't exist. What do you mean it doesn't exist? I own it. I own the Dr. Demento 25th anniversary album. If it existed, I would know about it and I would own it. This is what this fucking airheaded dipshit cunt said to me in the fishbowl after Unmasked. I'm like, what the fuck, man? The Dr. Demento album exists. So I told everyone years before he was called out for being a narcissistic phony. Now everyone knows, right? Do people know that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time.
He's a total fucking like... he gets these great bands on his show, and he puts himself front and center. Like, you have to be right in the middle, singing with, like, the fucking U2 and shit. It's like, what are you doing? Step off.
And I do not stand for how he treated you even slightly, David. But that said, Mr. Fallon, big fan. Please have me on.
Fuck Jimmy Fallon. And I called it the same thing with Ellen. If you couldn't, when she came out with that show, the eyes never moved and the smile never moved and the weird dancing, but just the plastic fucking creepy ass. It's like the fucking shit you see in nightmares or like a fucking heavy metal video at 3 a.m. Someone's face doesn't change and they're swinging and shit. And you're like, what the fuck? Is the head even connected to the body? I told everyone, just based on that dance, anyone who comes out and says they're the nice guy or they're Mrs. Nice or the Queen of Nice, they're always the biggest piece of shit. Jimmy Fallon was that way. Oh, I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'm shy. No, you're not shy. That's all an act. You're a cunt. And fucking Ellen DeGeneres, you're a fucking phony-ass bitch, too. All of you motherfuckers are phony. I'm supposed to be the bad guy. I'm the nice one. Aren't I, Robert? Do I fucking meet people and talk to them?
Oh, all the time. That's the first rule of anybody who's going to work with you is you pull them aside. If you go, if you're a part of this, you're nice to the fans, you respond, we interact. We're not better than anybody.
We're not better than anybody, but I'm sure as shit I'm better than Jimmy Fallon and Ellen fucking DeGeneres. I'll say that's who I'm better than.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Boy, those early rappers blew. They were just the fucking worst.
It's like they sound, when black people do impressions of how white people rap, that's how they sound. Like they fucking suck.
Why don't we just admit that white people rap like it's 85?
I went into the store, I picked up some donuts. Like, what the fuck?
It's a lot simpler then. What are you going to do?
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Dylan had been out for 25 years.
A simpler time.
Just a lot. The production, of course, wasn't as up to speed as it was then. You just had a little keyboard, you had a little sampling machine. That was it. You had to work with what you had.
And it still blew. Here's Derek. You're in Manifest.
Yeah, this is Derek from St. Louis. I've been saying face since I was in grade school, and I'm 35.
Why does everybody get to steal this from Dave? Why can't he just have his face thing?
Bullshit, Derek. Let me see proof.
Why can't this just be his thing?
This is my thing. This is my thing.
No, you lost it. No. You lost it the Curtis Blow.
It's my thing, Opie. This is my thing, Mr. Hollywood.
Face. You got faced.
I didn't get faced by Curtis Blow.
Why don't you think just be shoulders? Shoulders.
Doesn't make sense.
First person I heard use face was Billy Crystal. Remember that fucking routine? Face. I'm looking for you. That's what supposedly what jazz guys used to call women and little kids.
Oh, I don't recall that.
Yeah.
I recall face from
like
the
you
18.
call your chick your shouty. I'm one of my shouties. Here's Max. Max, you're on Manifest.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Billy Idol beat Dave. He did that song, Eyes Without a Face. See ya.
Eyes without a
face. Oh.
My eyes without a
face.
That was it.
It's very hacky. No, Billy Idol was not before me. Remember,
reading murder books and trying to stay hip. Yeah, the 80s blew. The 80s might have been the worst fucking decade of man.
Bad clothes, bad outfits.
Bad clothes, bad hair, Guns N' Roses.
Hey,
what? What did I say wrong?
The Guns N' Roses thing.
You gotta admit, worst decade for fucking movies ever.
Yeah, I would admit
terrible
that.
movies.
Yeah, that's when the really bad formula kicked in on how to have, because it was sequel crazy. You know what I mean? It was like Ghostbusters 2, Ghostbusters 8. What's that?
No, there's only 2.
I'm just saying, but Rocky 4.
You're wrong. You're wrong, Jerry Reed. You're wrong.
But it was just what a horrible
all
decade.
the movies were bad back then. Music was pretty awful.
And even, I was going to say, even like Dylan and Neil Young went down in the 80s.
They made their worst fucking music.
In the 80s.
Van Morrison made terrible 80s music.
Yeah.
No matter who it was, they could have been. Rod Stewart, great in the early 70s, 80s, terrible.
Even Bruce.
Elton John, listen to his 70s stuff, then listen to his fucking 80s stuff. It's unbearable.
Bruce got carried away with the synthesizer.
Of course he did. He's dancing in the dark like a fucking idiot.
With Courtney Cox or whatever the fuck.
Why don't you just go out, I'm dancing with Courtney Cox? That would have been a great fucking song.
I think the 90s is still the best decade because you had the beginning of alternative, the best rap, Beck, and like we just mentioned, that's when
I will give you this. I'll give you the first half of the 90s. I'll put that up with the late 60s. Then by the time we got into Marcy's Playground, we were in some real fucking problems. I don't know what happened at the end with the Creed and fucking Marcy's Playground. There was some bad shit at the end of the 90s.
And then you had that whole boy bands. Yeah, pop and Britney
Wouldn't
Spears
you
and all that.
prefer, though, even a Marcy's Playground single to, like, I Want Candy or one of those other bullshit 80s, you know, I'm your Venus, I'm your fire?
Yeah, but you're comparing the pop with rock.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, Beck, you know, certainly put a big mark on the 90s in the mid and late 90s.
I'm going to agree with you, too. I mean, I think the early 90s was a fucking phenomenal time for rock. Phenomenal.
That was amazing.
It's forgotten about, where everybody keeps giving that to the 60s.
Yeah, and I mean, and you had probably the best rappers.
All right, let's let Earl decide. Earl, you will be the judge. But you have to say it. You got to be like, here come the judge, here come the judge. And then you tell us what was the best decade for rock. Do your Here Comes the Judge.
Here comes the judge. Here come the judge. Here come the judge.
Fucking stereotyping. Come on.
I think the 60s were better.
All right, there it is. The
You're
game's
a
over.
sellout.
We listen to the judge.
You're a sellout.
But everything came together.
Velvet Underground, Doors, Kinks, Who, Stones, Beatles.
Motown.
Bob Dylan. It's tough to fight that.
Well, you know, of course, Earl won't bring up hip hop, but what about Wu-Tang Clan, Biggie, Tupac?
He hates that stuff.
That's my point.
I mean,
Do
just
you think that stuff is better than Motown? 90s hip hop or Motown? What's better?
Motown's better.
Thank you.
But
no
hip
further
hop's
questions.
bigger.
No further questions.
even like the poppier stuff, like Sinatra was still making great records.
Oh, please. What? Scooby-Doo or whatever the fuck he was saying? His 60s stuff was terrible.
I mean, but the whole decade was just, it was part of a change. It was like a whole, it reflected the times and really...
The bigger bands of the late 60s were probably better than the bands of the early 90s. However, there's a million different underground and even lesser-known bands like, you know, Neutral Milk Hotel and Pavement and Luna. There's more bands, better bands overall in the 90s than the 60s. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, the Beatles are better than Pearl Jam. I'm not retarded. But
yes, you are.
But there's
has nothing to do with this argument.
But there's probably 50 solid rock bands in the 90s compared to 10 in the 60s. That would be my argument. There's more.
The bands that came out of England alone blow away anything that came out in the 90s.
I mean, it's real fucking tough to come up. I mean, you could. It's really tough to fight that.
And that's the stereotype that the British invasion, the Kinks destroyed Nirvana.
But there is Nirvana without the Kinks. The Who.
I love the
Nirvana.
Who. I love
the Who or Nirvana. Make your pick right now. 3 seconds.
Nirvana.
Really?
I would have to say it. I think they have a bigger mark. So I'm going to say Nirvana over the Who. And I love the Who. You guys are putting me in impossible situations.
Here's Germ Freak. You're on Run of Fez.
Hey, what's going on, people? Dave, what you got to do is with these things that you know, these slogans and acronyms, you have to make people say, you know, copyright after it. So people will say copyright Eastside Dave, because whenever I develop acronyms and things of that words, people have to say copyright Germ Freak at the end.
What have you come up with, Germ Freak?
Well, I've come up with several acronyms like DWI for Deal With It, TFB for Too Fucking Bad. I've come up with a lot of these things.
So you honestly feel proud of coming up with the acronym for Deal With It?
I do, because it sticks it to people a little. See, when you
that was the little girl in Kid Nation.
When you say
she didn't say DWI.
Oh.
When you say DWI to somebody, it sticks it to them a little harder because you're not giving them the satisfaction of saying deal with it. And by the way, is that Nellie there or what's her name, Lily? Lily, we got a table for 4 in the back tonight for 7 o'clock. Just FYI, okay?
Oh!
Yeah. I don't understand that.
She's making fun of he's making fun of the fact that your dad is wealthy with a restaurant.
You got me.
No problem. Thanks, guys.
All right, take it easy.
He's a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
WTF? What is that? What's wrong with him?
What the fuck? Why don't you do this? Why don't you steal his partner away from him?
That would be good. I don't like him anyway. No, I don't want nothing to do with them.
You don't like
DJ New Style.
I was going to say DJ New Style.
Oh,
Why
okay.
you interrupted me? For some reason, I was going to call him Hightower. But I was going to be honest. I was going to say, you don't like Hightower? Why am I the only one who uses their real name? Why is it a fucking problem for people to have a first and last name?
Mike.
What's wrong with you?
Mike New Style.
I don't think New Styles is real.
Oh. DWI, Lily.
She can't.
DWI, B.
But this is the thing, he can't copyright that because that's that's already an acronym or whatever it is.
Here's Anthony.
Dave, you're on drugs.
Oh, yes?
There is no chance Nirvana even measures up to the Kinks. Kurt Cobain is a pimple on Ray Davies' ball sack.
That's just not
Here's
true.
the problem with this, though. Obviously, it comes down to taste. I am more impressed sometimes with people who came in early, where, let's face it, Ray Davies didn't have the catalog of music, rock music, to look at the way that Kurt Cobain did.
Yeah.
Ray Davies didn't go, hey, the Pixies were great. Why don't I try to get a Pixie sound going?
But
yes, sir.
And the Kinks, where a lot of the British bands were covering, like they were covering Motown songs. He was writing from a strictly British perspective. You know what I mean?
Oh, and I wasn't.
Well, you were not.
So?
but
That doesn't take away from some of the stuff I did.
But he was, and to me, that was a lot more original. Where
do you like the Kinks just because of that gay song? The low look of the cross-dressing
No,
song?
I don't like it.
'Cause it's okay with me down low.
No, I'm not down low.
DL.
But there's something to be said for people who take it up to another
Yes.
level. No, not the ass. Another level. I mean, are we more impressed with Usain Bolt or Carl Lewis? You know?
Bolt.
Right. Well, I'm saying Kurt Cobain saw what Ray Davies did, but just
But you
totally
wait
took
a
it
minute.
up another
Last week
notch.
you told me that Carl Lewis was the greatest Olympian.
Oh, he
Are you
is.
now saying Usain Bolt is?
I'm saying Usain-
Usain Bolt,
No,
Jamaica, Jamaica.
I was saying Usain Bolt's sprinting is insane, but Carl Lewis is definitely the best.
Would you say that it's insane in the membrane?
Another 90s band? Yes, I would.
Then let's just call people CHs if we think they're crazy. You fucking CH.
Copyright it.
Here's copyright. You don't care much for the germ free.
No, how could you? He copyrights DWI. What is wrong with him?
You don't find him kind of adorable?
Not in the slightest.
MYJ, Lily. Maybe you're jealous.
I am jealous because he's friends with Barb.
She was over on Tuesday.
How was that?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Just me staring at her.
Boring her to death.
Right.
Here's Catfish. What can we do for you, buddy?
Ronnie B, I've got a moral conundrum I want you to help me with.
Good.
I let you down, buddy. I had my sister-in-law. She went to Chicago. I made it a point to let her know to pick me up some Ronnie B cupcakes, and she let me down. And I wanted to know, what do I do here? Should I kill her or should I fuck her?
Well, where you coming from?
North Carolina.
Yeah, just fuck her. Make sure she's not drunk first. 866-RUN-0-FEZ. 866-RUN-0-FEZ. I'm having trouble with... I'm worried about people now because they're not going to be traveling as much. And, these cupcakes are such a hot item.
The other thing that happens after listening to Curtis Blow is you make a very funny statement and you go, it's amazing how Curtis Blow sounds like black people making fun of how white people rap. Which is so spot on. And Ron goes, yeah, dude, that's perfect.
No,
white
but
people just rap like
do
85.
I do hate when anytime you see a sitcom or a fucking show and it's the white person rapping, they always have that same cadence. They even do my name is Dave, and I'm here to say, up, and going away. Like, shut up. If you're going to ever do a rap parody, don't do that shit. It's so corny. It's so played out. And yet I was just watching something recently. I can't remember. It was a fucking sitcom or something. And they had some fucking old couple who were white. And they had to get up and they were like, we're going to do a rap song. And they're like, my name is Gramps and I'm here to say that I'm going to be dead one day or whatever the fuck they said.
Jesus
It wasn't
Christ.
even that humorous. I wish it was. But yeah, that's what Curtis Blow sounds like.
And you nailed that, which leads into a discussion. Because Ron goes, the 80s was the worst for everything, right? Like, looks, music. And you go, well, hey, Guns N' Roses. And he's like, they were more early 90s than anything. And
Appetite and Lies. I mean, Appetite's 87 and Lies is 88.
I don't know if I would have hung my hat on the Guns N' Roses argument, but that's just me. Yeah. Well, we'll get into some of your opinions in a second because you proposed the 90s was the best. Earl goes the 60s. And this is where you two really come to odds.
Oh, come on, Earl. The 60s, Earl. What kind of black man are you? There was still fucking segregation and shit.
Music-wise.
Earl, you weren't even allowed in fucking some of the rock concert venues in the 60s.
And
I'm the white man, and I'm trying to speak up for the black man on this one. No, the 60s was for what? For music?
That's what the main discussion was, music.
come
And
on.
he chose Motown over early 90s rap, which I don't know about that. Then the argument of the big bands, because it's like the Beatles, the Stones, the Who.
All right.
And you would take Nirvana over the Who, which is a fair take. Like, to each their own.
Yeah, I mean, the 90s, you also get, you still get, your Neil Youngs and your Dylans. Like, Dylan put Time Out of Mind out in the 90s. So it's like a lot of those guys were putting out, they were reclaiming their legendary status, the Neil Youngs and the Bob Dylans, and putting out great shit in the 90s, while then also, yes, having great young bands. And yes, as you point out, for the hip-hop and rap people, I mean, come on. The 90s, I'm not sure it gets better than the 90s.
No, I would. Or
For the entire fucking genre of music.
It's hard to. Yeah, that's a great one. Early 2000s is good. That's about where it ends for me. But yeah, all great arguments. Ron kind of brings up the point. He prefers the originators, like the guys who are inventing things, over the guys like he was saying, Kurt Cobain could listen to the Pixies, could listen to all the other stuff and pick and point parts they would like. You go, yeah, but there are still bands pushing the envelope. There's lots of new stuff. Like maybe big band-wise, the 60s is better. And this is where I got to pick a bone. Because one of the first bands you list as a potential of good, less known 90s bands is Neutral Milk Hotel.
It's a great band. What's the bone you have to pick?
Oh, Jeff Magnum should make an instrument out of him sucking my cock. You fucking self-righteous, narcissistic asshole.
Well, then what? It's about the music. Have you ever heard the album Aeroplane Over the Sea?
Yeah, the one where he talks about his sister jerking him off. That one.
I don't know. I don't follow all the fucking lyrics. I go by the music.
Oh, yeah. My favorite is where in the middle of a concert, he takes a saw that you would use to cut down a tree and piano wire and does a solo on that instrument for 10 fucking minutes.
Have you heard the album Aeroplane Over the Sea?
Dave, I've heard the album like Martin Luther had 99 theses.
Well,
I am ready to tell you everything that's wrong with it. We don't have enough time in the world to talk about
how
much I hate this
It's a fucking masterpiece, Robert. It's a masterpiece. That album, Aeroplane Over the Sea, is a goddamn masterpiece. If you don't like Jeff Magnum or Mangum or whatever the fuck how he pronounces his name, that's on you. But that's just one example of the 90s. What about Radiohead for innovation? What about Trent Reznor for innovation?
My beef was specifically with Neutral Milk Hotel.
Well, I disagree.
I don't know if that's a masterpiece or a masturbatory piece, but either way.
You didn't hear the album.
I've heard the album many times.
No.
Now you might go, Rob, it's because you had to skip a Jay-Z concert to go see this horse shit with somebody you didn't even really want to be there with.
There's the anger.
Maybe.
Well, then, just why bury the lead? Just tell us right from the... Good-looking blonde lady walking a dog outside. Robert, should I kind of turn the camera around?
No, because if she catches you, we don't have a track. Live to fight another day, Davey Mac.
I'm really I'm trying to go for as crazy as insane as I can as the guy in The Residence. I'm pretty sure I am. I mean, I know for a fact I'm that guy, but I'm trying to really amp it up because it's wonderful. When I walk to the pool, I'll walk to the pool. Sometimes people will be like, "Oh shit, here he comes." People you'll actually see 3 or 4 people literally get out of the pool because Dave Mann's
I can see that.
Because they just don't want the psycho to be. They get a little bit nervous. It's things like that. It's also these wonderful podcasts that we're doing. People hear the the screaming and the yelling, and they think a fucking axe murderer lives here in the apartment buildings.
Little do they know, all you have is Louisville Slugger.
Okay, right.
At this point, a guy named Germ Freak calls in and tells you to copyright all your sayings and lists off some of the phrases he has had copyrighted, but it seems like he may be fibbing. One of them was like DWI, deal with it. So I don't know much about Germ Freak. Do you know him? Was he just a fan? Did he develop in that?
Yeah. He was yeah. I remember him. I remember Germ Freak.
Because he had a show with a partner, and then Rom was like, you should steal his partner to Lily. Lily was like, I don't want his partner. I don't remember who he was doing a show with, but it was just, at one point, Ron tells her, who is Brazilian Julie? He's like, you should do a show with Brazilian Julie, or you should do it with Brazilian Julie, Lily. And she goes, like a radio? Does she have experience? Ron just goes, no, sexually.
Jesus.
Just such a perfect timing, too.
Yeah. I don't recall. I mean, I remember Germ Freak, but
yeah, I just didn't know if. Oh, what's cool about this is a lot of the callers then turn into people who did their own thing later on that had a little blip in the universe radar and things like that. One of the guys who does a Superman impression now, I can go back and hear him call in as a fan and do joke pyramids and stuff like that. It's cool to be like, oh, you're still in the universe in a different way. Like, so I just didn't know if he's involved. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then. That kind of wraps up the episode. There's a little more discussion of the politics. There's a little more discussion of the 90s versus 60s.
Cousin Brian, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Yeah, when I did, Mr. Bay.
Hi, buddy.
Fezzi's like Andy Rooney, just, not as funny.
You're kind of becoming an unfunny Andy Rooney.
I don't get what's all like celebrities.
What is that impression?
I don't like it when I stop over my friend's house at 5:30 in the morning and catch him on the internet. He doesn't have time for it. I thought it might be a great time for me to get some free pancakes. Why do they call them pancakes anyway? They're not a cake, and you don't make them in a pan.
I'm inconsiderate to Ron's sleeping habits.
That's not Andy Rooney.
It's nowhere near it.
Yeah, it is. I met him.
So what?
He talks
Everybody
like that.
you meet. All right, let's hear your fucking Opie impression.
Hey, man. 202 starting up. It's Opie and Anthony's show. Anthony, what's going on, bro?
He's not a fucking surfer. He's not a fucking surfer.
You're not even close.
Oh, hold on. Hey, man, it's me, Opie. Hey, listen, everybody. It's going to be some beautiful, beautiful waves today.
Coming up, we got some great audio. And Patrice O'Neal's in the house.
What are those? Are you putting puka shells around your neck?
No.
No, he says. What a dick.
Oh, yes. Yes, I am, bro.
Dick.
Yes,
What's
I am.
a
Yes, I am, bro. Got my puka shells. Hey, Ron, I saw you rollerblading in the park.
That was not me.
I was rollerblading.
Yeah.
You're on your iPod.
He's riding around on my iPod. Actually, I did see Opie in the park one day. He comes fucking just railing by me. I mean, just fucking on a bicycle, just flying, and I just see him turn away, turn around, look at him, and I thought I heard him mouth the words, "I'm telling," but I could not figure that part out. I honestly thought he said, "I'm telling," and off then he was gone. Do the impression, quick, Opie.
Just passed you in the Central Park, Ron. It was like a blur. Coming up, we got Rich Voss in the studio, and we're going to be hearing from Fat Al Sharpton or whatever.
You're really bad at things. You're incredibly bad at things.
That sounds just like him. I just talked to him. He's a handsome guy.
Here's Rocky. Rocky, you're on Run of Fez.
What's up, boys? I just want to point out another one of Fezzi's mistakes. Mr. T was at WrestleMania 1, not WrestleMania 2.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he was at WrestleMania 2. He had the boxing match against Rowdy Piper.
But what he's known for is the first one.
Yeah.
Big-ass prize closet.
That's not a prize-winning comment.
Yeah. He was known for the first one, the tag team match.
Oh, jeez. This drives me crazy. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Here is Alan. Alan, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, it sounds to me like this Fez is calling Mickey out, like he wants to take him in the ring or something.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's so cranky today. I thought he was my wrestling guy. He's been getting a lot of stuff wrong, too. Here's Matt. Matt, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey guys, Fez, I just want to ask, what celebrity has had a bad appearance at WrestleMania? They had Muhammad Ali.
Is this fucking Flea?
Yes, it is.
Shut up.
Okay.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. If he ever tries to get up on any name other than Flea, beat him. If he wants to come on as Flea, put him up. But I don't want anybody using real names here.
Like me, Ron.
Who's that?
Opie. You'll never see me use my real name, bro.
Opie doesn't talk like that. Seriously.
866, whip him out, man.
Not even the number.
Oddly enough, he sounds like my own brother.
But it does leave one line question. Opie, for years, has claimed to have invented face.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. He never, ever said it before. He never said it before me. He never, ever. You can go check the fucking Opie and Anthony archives. You won't find Opie using the word face before I joined the Ron and Fez show in the Sirius XM satellite community. Period. That is a fact. He started saying it on the Opie and Anthony show, I believe, when it was me and him, a tit for tat. It might have even been Bearded Joker shit. Where, you know, if Opie was doing his fucking little mystery guy with the hooded sweatshirt, making videos like, I'm going to throw $10,000 out or something, doing very weird things because he never actually did any of this.
No.
He was constantly like putting a hood on and being like, I'm going to throw $10,000 out of a window in New York City. And he never did it. Like, I didn't understand, like, what was that? Like, that was some weird ass shit. And I want to specify and highlight the word shit. Like, who does that as a radio guy? It's like, I'm going to throw $10,000 out, and then you don't do it. And what is this? So that's why I started to do the Bearded Joker shit in response to his stupid fucking videos that made no sense. Might as well retort with nonsensical Bearded Joker things. And at that time, Opie started saying the word face.
That would make sense.
And that's the origin of Opie saying the word face, is because I was outperforming him, as always, with my Bearded Joker videos. They were the things that were getting the buzz. They were the things that people were entertained by, rather than Opie's pointless videos. So he wanted to get back at me and started to use the word face. That's when he ripped me off, okay? So, Opie, you're a lying cunt. You did not invent the word face. I did. So go suck a fart out of my ass. Face.
Now, what I assumed happened, do you remember you would do a great Opie impression at this time?
Hey, hey, dudes. Hey,
Hey,
dude,
bros.
bros. Hey,
Yeah.
bros. Hey, dudes. Hey, dude, bros. What's up, bros and dudes? Hey, man, we got Spuds McKenzie on the phone. Woo! Woof, 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 woof. Get it? Because he's a dog, dudes. He's a fucking dog. Opster here interviewing a fucking dog. Hey, Spuds McKenzie, what's up, man? He says he's going to get drunk, dude. Woo! Here's some Queensryche.
I assumed while doing that beautiful impression, which clearly you still have, we need to break that out more.
That guy one time comes backstage. He comes into the office after the Opie and Anthony show. And I'm on the computer getting ready for the Ron and Fez show, right? Opie and Anthony just wrapped up about 10:30. We're going to go on, I guess, at 11 or so. Still, I'm on the computer there. All of a sudden, he comes, me going, here comes Opie. And he goes, hey, Dave. Yeah? Yes, Opie? You Ron have an issue with me? This is what he says to me. Does Ron have an issue with me? I go, what? No, he doesn't. What? I don't understand. He's like, you sure, man? You sure Ron doesn't have an issue with me? I'm like, yeah, I'm 100% sure that Ron does not have an issue with you. Ron nor Fez. No issues.
When
I don't know where you're coming from. You know what he says? Well, just, man, your impression, man. Like, your impression of me all over, like, the Ron Fez show, man. I just want to make sure, I was like, your impression, man. Like, okay, okay, that's cool. That's cool. No, that's cool. That's cool. Just, I mean, you're doing that impression of me a lot, around that show, dude. It's like, yeah, I mean, no, it's funny stuff. It's funny stuff. It's good. No, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's just, it's just, I mean, I don't know, it's starting to piss me off. No, but I mean, it's funny. It's funny. No, it's cool. It's cool. No, it's cool. Right? Sure, Ron doesn't have an issue. No, it's cool. I mean, it's a little fucked up. This is my fucking channel, asshole. Like, this is no, but it's cool. It's not. You know what? No, it's funny. It's funny. No, it's funny. It's cool. It's cool. You guys are great. You guys are great, man. You guys are great. You sure Ron doesn't have anything with me? No. Anyway, hey, you guys keep. You guys are cool, man. I swear to God, that was the conversation.
That's amazing.
That fucking happened. Swear it all over anything that I keep holy. That is what fucking Opie said one time. Just fucking what? God damn. Talk about
yeah. And that actually
thin-skinned much.
That actually adds credence to my theory of what happened, which is you were doing that impression, said face, and Opie, because he couldn't fight back. Like, he can't do an Eastside Dave impression, went, oh, I invented face then. Like, that was his adult way of trying to get you to stop.
I would love it if someone did an Eastside Dave impression. I've been dying for someone to do an Eastside. Well, I guess Pat McAfee. You could just see the Eastside Dave impression on ESPN.
I was like, I don't know if you're throwing me that ball, and if you want to. I don't know if I'm the one you want taking this shot, but I'm happy to try.
Well, you're not usually an impressionist.
No, that was my point. No, that's why I thought you were segueing into me trying to do it. I was like, I don't know if you want to see this.
No, but I'm saying...
Hey, everybody,
woo! That's your impression. Let me hear it again.
It was more orange head than anything. But
hey, everybody, woo!
I used to tell you. I told you I used to do a Ryder impression.
Ric Flair? I'm saying, hey, everybody, woo.
That's what.
Hey, everybody, woo.
Orange head,
woo. Let's have some fun.
But I used to do a pretty.
That's the difference between me and Opie. If someone busts my balls or says, if it's funny, I laugh every fucking time.
Absolutely. You're the best at that. Even if it's not funny, you fake laugh to try.
And if someone wants to work, I'll always work. The only time I ever get pissed off is when someone is doing something and then it's like they're not including me on the working. Remember that like months ago we had that little scandal where Earl did the Shizer list and I went crazy?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's because I legitimately thought he was shitting on me for some reason. Because he just didn't say he's going to work with me. If he had fucking texted me and say, hey, we're going to have a little feud back and forth, I'd be like, oh, shit, yeah, man, this is great.
Yeah, or even some of the...
Earl and Pepper, they actually think they can't trust me. Guys, it's the other way around. It's me who shouldn't trust you. I'm the fucking skilled one at this shit. I'm skilled at working people.
It's me. You too good at being the character. That wasn't good. Yeah.
Don't worry about trusting me. I should be not trusting you two fucking buffoons. Anyway.
And on that note, we've kind of gotten to the origin of you finding out face, Dave.
So look we went through it. We looked at the fucking stats. We fucking rolled up our sleeves. We went through it. I invented face, ladies and gentlemen. And face has now subsequently been used by entities such as Opie, Family Guy, and more.
Jay Moore.
Very good.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you're subscribed to all the platforms. Check out the Davey Mac Sports program live every Monday at noon, but then reposted later with a little polishing done by Bobby Pantera. It's been wonderful. If you see the clips out there, that's the best way you can get exposure onto the show. Like and share those. And if you have a friend and you want to be like, hey, what's a good way to give them a quick sample? That's our elevator pitch.
Got to be sharing those clips. Bobby Hutch, does a great job. Everyone's doing a great job. Bobby Tamburo doing live broadcast, Roy Harder on the keys, and Davey Mac Sports program has never been better. So make sure you're sharing those clips. And yeah, we've gotten, almost every single one of those clips has gone viral. And we want that to translate into more and more YouTube views and then get on somebody's network. So if you're looking for the best sports show in town, you should probably contact me.
Exactly. And if you want more than just the sports network, you've also got Davey Mac and Son Wrestling Cast.
I mean, you
hottest
gotta
wrestling
know,
cast.
man.
You got the Star Wars podcast was back and
Yaddle
shit
Channel
on the
is on fire right now. The my Star Wars podcast had been getting shout-outs on Rebel Force Radio, the actual #1 Star Wars podcast. They played audio from my show, Yaddle Channel. They actually played audio on the show because they're like, Davey Mack has lost his fucking mind with this Acolyte shit, and it is the worst Star Wars show ever. So if you want to see me truly unhinged, no editing, just a good 45, 50 minutes of someone having a fucking meltdown, go check out Yaddle Channel. Whether you like Star Wars or not, it's an interesting and fun experience, I believe. But hey, just go check out everything on EastsideDaveCountry.com and YouTube at EastsideDave TV.
Yes, sir. And I'll be at the Bijou Theater the 20th in Connecticut and August 8th, 9th, and 10th at the Mohegan Sun for Pat Oates' album date. I'm featured on both those shows, so get your tickets wherever. And most importantly, thank you for tuning in, Satellite Family, and good night.
See ya.